Hello, I'm Dean Karstens, and this is Dean's N-Scale Trains. Over the years, I've collected quite a number of rolling stock freight cars. They have different couplers, different wheel sets, and all of them were way underweight. So I'm spending a little bit of time tuning them up, and I'll show you how I did that today. So today I'm going to talk about how I standardized couplers and wheel sets, how I tuned up various kinds of freight cars, and finally I'm going to have lots of train shots to show you the results. So let's start with the couplers. Here are some old couplers and wheel sets that I've got pulling off some of my cars. As you can see, they're all different. This is some easy mate BACHMANN. Have no idea what these are. These are metal wheels. It doesn't have a uncoupler thingy. And this is what I've ended up getting. So I'm going to standardize on these. These came from China. They a dozen in a box with some washers and screws. And they look pretty good. As you can see, going back here, I really like the metal wheels. However, they're too big. They're much bigger than these. And when they roll through the turnouts, they go bump, bump, bump. So I'm not going to use those. This is close to this. Actually, if you look at these, you kind of wonder whether these various kinds would actually couple together. Sometimes they'd hook, sometimes they wouldn't. As I said, my first step was changing out all the wheel sets to end up with the same product on all of my cars. It's relatively easy. Just unscrew them. As you notice, I don't use the washer. Okay, now onto the weight. It's a very nice scale that I bought. It was about $12 on Amazon, pretty cheap. I have it set for ounces. You can change it by pushing the mode, but I'm going to leave it on ounces. The NMRA has a standard which says a car should weigh a half an ounce plus 0.15 ounce for each inch of car length. So I've calculated what that should be for cars starting at 2.5 inches for a caboose up to 5 inches. The largest I've got is 3.75 inches, which is a 50-foot boxcar. This car, just put the wheels on, and it is 0.56 ounces. A car this size, according to the NMRA standard, should weigh 1.06 ounces. So we need to increase the weight quite a bit. I use these nuts. They're quarter 20 nut. Quarter 20 nut weighs about 1/10 of an ounce. If you need smaller weights, that's a 1024. Weighs about 0.04 ounces. So anyway, I put the car on, start adding weights until I get to close to 1.06. And that's about 5 of these. That's 1.05. That's close enough. So we'll add 5 of these nuts. take the car apart, I spread it and pull it at the same time. Spread the weight fairly evenly across the car. Get it centered as much as possible. Then I take regular super glue, put in 2 or 3 drops. And then tiptoe away and let it set. So let it set for a few hours or whatever, and it'll be just fine. Then all we have to do is put it back, and there we have it. Just double check the weight. Perfect. Here's another way that I have another option for weighing these. This is some lead solder that I melted till I had the right weight. I've also used lead solder for the entire car, but here I've put in a couple of the quarter 20 nuts. There's not much to the short box car. It should weigh about 0.97 ounces. And it is at actually a little more than that. Actually an ounce, so it's a little overweight. I could take off this one nut, but then it would be underweight. So I'll try it with this and see how it goes. I have 4 open gondolas, which I'm going to use as a unit train going back and forth between the mine and the town. I wanted the loads to be removable if I ever wanted to change them. So I made up these weights on cardstock. I just glued them with super glue to cardstock. They fit right in. You notice this thing has 3 spacers. The load has 3 spacers. So it has to fit around the weights. The load just fits on top. And I'll probably glue it a little bit or somewhere along the outside. So these weigh 0.83. They should be about an ounce, so they're a little bit underweight, but since they're all the same cars on the same train, they should work. The long tanker's a problem. It comes apart, but there's no easy way to put weights in there. As you can see, it should be about an inch. It's about an ounce. It's 0.4 ounces, so it's way, way underweight. And I've had trouble with these in the past, trying to keep them on the track in a train. So what I need to do is find some sort of a material that sets up, that I can, a liquid that I can squirt through these 2 holes. And so far I haven't figured that out, but when I do, I'll probably do a short video on this, fixing this problem. I think maybe a thin epoxy might work, but I've got to try things first. And here's the caboose. It was pretty straightforward. Actually, this was one of the first ones I did, and I kind of underweighted it. It's about a tenth of an ounce low, but we'll see how it does. I can always add one more weight. So that's it for now, folks. As always, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, Dean's N-Scale Trains, and please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.